we just got back from Costco. If you're new here, my name is Leia and I am very pregnant. We have a baby coming in December at some point. And we are not normally huge Costco shoppers. We do shop at Costco once a month, maybe $200–300 worth, you know, diapers, fruits, things like that. But most of our food comes from Azure Standard. However, with a baby coming, we did stock up on a lot of stuff that we normally don't buy anymore. This is a lot of stuff that we used to buy before we started eating really clean. I think there are just some seasons where you kind of resort back to this stuff and none of it is really horrible. So I want to share what we got. We spent, it was 700 something, which is way over our normal Costco budget. But like I said, we wanted to make sure we were stocked up on absolutely everything. We have a lot of little kids to keep up with feeding. And when you're down and exhausted after childbirth and being up all night, my husband is super helpful, but I know we're gonna be exhausted and we just need some easy options. So let me show you everything that we stocked up on. So thank goodness my husband came with us today because we needed 2 carts. We stocked up on all the diapers. They don't sell newborn diapers, but we do love their diapers otherwise. So we got a case of ones because, you know, they end up out of newborn very quickly. And then we were out of pull-ups. And then I have another child in size 5 diapers. So we got all the diapers. And then likewise, we got another thing of baby wipes, trash bags, kitty litter, just stuff that you don't want to have to run to the store for. Our Costco is 40 minutes from us now, now that we moved even more rural. These are things that are really expensive to pick up in stores otherwise. And it kind of hurts when you're like, oh man, I gotta go buy a small thing of trash bags. Costco just has such a better price. So we definitely stocked up on all of the things like that. Then over here is our produce. Now, the way that our drops work, now the way that produce works for us is we like to get some from Costco and then some from Azure, and it kind of staggers. Right now, the way the Azure schedule is, because it kind of fluctuates throughout the year, but the way the Azure schedule is right now is it's actually pretty close to our first of the month Costco shop. But sometimes throughout the year, it's spaced out about 2 weeks, which is perfect. So it just kind of ebbs and flows. So here I got these organic snacking apples. We always get something like this. Although I do have a big case of apples coming from Azure in maybe a couple weeks. During months when I'm much further from Azure, we get a lot of these because they're a good price. The kids have really been wanting mandarins. They really are not a big fan of the big oranges, which I prefer the big oranges, but they're not quite in season just yet. The ones we got from Azure last month were not fantastic. So I also got bananas. I don't know if any of these are actually going to ripen well enough to eat. You know how sometimes, well, I've just been having a hard time with bananas. It's been hard to find really good ones. By the time they get ripe, they're kind of bruised, but whatever happens, they will end up in the freezer for smoothies. And we make smoothies all the time and we always need bananas to sweeten them. My kids prefer it. So that's my hope with these. I don't know if we'll eat them fresh, but I definitely want to get some frozen bananas in the freezer. Here I have cantaloupe. I hope I got good ones. These were a little hard. I was in there squeezing all the cantaloupes trying to find ones that weren't bruised, but I think we did okay. Somehow we ended up with 2 packs of cucumbers. 1 cucumber pack is kind of pushing it for us to eat in time. And I think a kid must have gotten a little overzealous and added another pack because we were unpacking these and I thought, how did we get 2? So here we are. This was not on my list. This was probably my main impulse buy. I really like butternut squash, but I don't like messing with it or cooking with it. Because it gets on your fingers. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but it coats your fingers really weird. So this says you can eat the skin. I don't know if I want to eat the skin, but it has cooking suggestions. I was that person reading the back of a package in a crowded Costco on a Saturday, but it has cooking instructions. It says roast at 400 for 25 minutes, and it's got these flavor combination ideas. So we're gonna give it a try. It'll be a fun side one night. Then we got lots of grapes and raspberries. These are not organic at all, but my kids love this stuff, so we're just gonna keep it nice and simple. I also had one kid begging for a pineapple, so there is her pineapple. And I got an organic Caesar salad kit because we love these, and it'll go really nice as a side dish. Maybe tomorrow we'll do the salad and these squashes and then some kind of protein, nice and quick. Okay, moving on. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, so this is stuff that we definitely do not normally buy. And this is part of why our grocery bill was so high this month, is because we bought all of the snacks and lots of convenience foods. If you're looking to save money, cutting those things out helps tremendously. So normally we make our own pizzas, but I will not be doing that when I have a newborn. Thank you very much. And so, yeah, we got the cheese pizza, and then my husband and I really like this gluten-free, I think it's gluten-free. Well, it's cauliflower crust. Yeah, it is. Okay. Not that we're not specifically gluten-free, but it's just a really healthy option. Although I do wish, for years, I have wished that Costco had slightly healthier pizza options, because I could probably be enticed to buy a little bit more frozen pizza than I do, but I just don't, because this is just junk, you know? Okay. Then we got Dino Nuggets. I have not bought these in at least a year. We just don't buy these. My kids love these. We cut these out of our regular lunch rotation a while ago. My kids get addicted to stuff like this, and then they quit eating real chicken. So this will do for a season. My kids are stoked, and then we will probably not buy them again until we enter another season where we need quick convenience stuff. I've never bought these. These look decent. Again, you have no idea how the chickens are really raised. A vegetarian diet doesn't really mean anything. And if I'm not mistaken, I think most chickens can't have antibiotics. Oh, I don't remember. But not can't have antibiotics, but there's some rule about antibiotics. Kind of like how milk says no RBST added, like they can't add it anyway. It's just a marketing thing that they put on the package. Anyway, these have gums in them. Dextrose, which is just kind of like a processed sugar. These aren't the worst. So I don't know, if we like these, I might see about keeping these around on occasion. We'll see how addicted the kids get. They're not as novel as the dinosaur shapes, but it'd be a really quick source of protein. Okay, over here, has anybody seen the Bluey episode where they eat edamame beans? Well, my kids have been wanting to try edamame ever since, which is really funny because I used to buy this and then I stopped because nobody was interested except for me. So I got another bag. It's some nice quick protein. I like edamame beans, so I will eat them even if they don't like them, and they can have that experience. It'll be fun for them. I also got some cereal. Before I have the baby, I would like to fill our cereal jars. Over here, we've got 3 gallon-sized jars where I make some homemade granola type cereals that are actually really good, but I would like to keep this downstairs on the shelf for when we're in a pinch and we're exhausted in the mornings. Then I also picked up some lunch meat. We have been picking up their ham. One thing I'm going to do different this month is I'm going to split these packages in 2 and then freeze them, because we've been pulling them out of the freezer and then it takes us probably 2 weeks to go through this whole thing. And then I'm really paranoid about it going bad because I can't keep track of the Best By dates once we have frozen it, because then this means nothing, you know, because then we'll be in middle of November and I can't remember when I took this out of the freezer. And I'm just gonna put these into smaller baggies and then freeze them, and then we will actually be using them within a week of pulling them out of the freezer, and I won't have any waste, because I unfortunately have had a little bit of waste with these. Especially being pregnant, I'm very careful about lunch meat and whatnot. I also got this roast turkey. This is a phenomenal product, but I never buy it because it's extremely expensive. I think it's like $27 or something, 26, 27. For these 3 little packages, it's ridiculous, but it is really good on sandwiches. And in a season where I want to rely a lot on just quick, high protein sandwich type things, these are really nice to have around. So we have these this month. Probably won't buy them again for a very long time unless there's some weird extenuating circumstance where we need sandwiches. Back here, I have these smoothies. These are really good. We have 1 day a week where we run out of the house very early in the morning. I feed my kids a light breakfast that day, but of course they feel a little bit rushed in the morning and then they're hungry still. And so we pack some fruit and like an applesauce pouch and then these yogurt drinks. And they really like that. And it keeps them full until we can get home and have another meal. I also got their heavy whipping cream. We used to go to another store next to Costco to get our dairy, and the dairy at that store has really good grass-fed options for a decent price. But since we moved, we go to a different Costco and we're no longer by that store. So I'm kind of having to change how we source our dairy a little bit. I have a big case of half and half that's grass-fed coming from Azure, and I'm going to experiment with freezing that. But for the sake of simplicity, I just got this from Costco. My main complaint is that it does have a gum in it, and I would just rather my cream be cream and have no gums. But this is a fantastic price. So it's what we have this month. Maybe next month I'll experiment with sourcing some better cream. But also we've been getting raw milk. The cream that the raw milk farm sells is extremely expensive and it goes out of stock regularly. And I'm just not in a season where I can be on top of it enough to compete for cream every month when it hits the store, or every week when it hits the store. So I need to find something that's a little bit more reliable than our raw milk farmer for our heavy cream. Also, that raw milk I mentioned makes the most amazing yogurt, but we don't always want to use our milk for yogurt. It's very expensive milk. And sometimes if I'm by a Costco, I will pick this up just for that week. So this is tasty, but I do feel like this kind of stings my throat. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's the probiotic strain or if this is just more bitter. I'm not sure. If you've experienced that, let me know. But yeah, this is kind of a more harsh yogurt. I have to add a lot of sweetener to this to enjoy it. Whereas the raw milk yogurt that we make, even using this as a starter, that raw milk yogurt comes out so sweet and it's really thick. It's amazing. So don't know what that's about, but that's what we're doing here. Okay, I am out of breath, but we're gonna keep trucking. Over here, we, similarly to, stocking up on random stuff that we buy in stores, we ran out of aluminum foil. I did try a better brand of this from Azure, but I was not happy with it, so we went back to Reynolds. And then also, I wanted to make sure we had plenty of Ziploc baggies around, especially as we do a lot of meal prep. I'm planning to do a lot of breads and buns and things like that to have in the freezer for really quick meals. So here I've stocked up on the gallon freezer bags, and then here we've just got these for quick snacks and whatnot if we end up on the go, trying to make it to newborn doctor's appointments or something like that. Okay, and here is where I feel like we went way off budget, but it was also the plan. We knew we were gonna do this. We stocked up on another thing of mac and cheese. We still have one left from last month because we don't eat this very regularly. We might use 2 boxes a week. So 1 case of this lasts us a long time, although of course we will be relying on this a lot more when the baby comes. We also got applesauce pouches, as well as these fruit and veggie pouches. These are great for tiding our toddler over until we cook breakfast in the morning, which is super important because he wakes up at 5:30 or something. And it's just so early. So of course he lives a whole life by the time breakfast actually gets on the table. Here, these aren't snack items, they're just pantry staples. We always keep their spaghetti sauce in stock. Someday I will grow my own tomatoes and can my own, but I'm not there yet. And here is the peanut butter we love. This is a fantastic price. We have always gotten this from Costco. I've looked at switching to Azure a few times and I just cannot leave this product. It's so good. Same with the maple syrup. Organic, fantastic price, no additives, can't beat it. Okay, back to snacky snacks. These are not organic, but they had pretty clean ingredients and my kids love them. There was another kind there that is also a cereal bar, but we got it once and it was really, really crumbly. And it drove me insane because anytime I passed one out and the kids were on the couch or in the car, it was just disaster. So we got these instead, these fig bars. We also tried these for the first time. We get Made Good granola bars all the time, but we've never tried these mini packs. But these are really fun. And I think they are, I will have to read these carefully, but I think they are allergen friendly. So we could send them to Sunday school and whatnot with our kids if we wanted. They are sweeter than the Made Good bars. I think they do have a little bit more added sugar, but they're delicious. Their pretzels were on sale. These are a really nice snack to pair if we're making maybe a charcuterie board style lunch, which is my plan today. And so anytime that these are on sale, I usually pick up a bag or two. And then of course this month, it's like every snack made the cut. So every snack we normally get, we got, and more. Then I also got potato chips. This is purely a splurge for me. Nothing really healthy about this. I just love salty potato chips. These are also a treat that we've been loving. We get these almost every month, mostly for my husband and I, but now our kids like them too, which is great. I'm glad their palates are expanding, but this bag goes quick now. You know, you crack the bag open and then all the kids come running. So we share those now. And then here I got Cliff Bars. I don't love Cliff Bars. I think they're a little desserty, and the kids get addicted to these similarly to how they get addicted to the chicken nuggets. But they do come in clutch, and the kids are going to definitely enjoy having these, especially between meals. These are also for days when we have charcuterie style lunches. I feel zero guilt giving these to my kids. They like them. They are full of clean ingredients. They've got protein in them. They're a great charcuterie lunch type option. Also, down here we have these avocado oil canyon poppers. This is the second time I picked these up. And we were getting the Annie's, you know, Annie's makes a cleaner, like puffy Cheeto type thing, but sometimes Costco doesn't have them. And since we switched Costco's, we've noticed that Costco never has them, but they do have these. And these are a nice, like cheesy type snack alternative. The ingredients are not awful. I love that it has avocado oil instead of seed oils. But it does have some preservative in there. So this is a nice middle of the road thing. We usually pick this up even when it's not a hard month. My kids love having a bag of this at the beginning of the month, and then when it's gone, it's gone. This is also something I never buy, but I know that once I am nursing and have a newborn that's awake all night, I'm going to want some really quick snack options. And I had these or something similar with all of my kids. So I picked this up. We also splurged on the beef sticks this month. We don't always get these because, well, they're really expensive, but I have been wanting really high protein options. Clean protein makes me feel better than anything as far as eating right now. So these will be great to have, especially if we're in the hospital. You know, they don't really bring you much that's clean or full of protein there. So a good snack to have. I'm really hoping I can get my kids into these, but it's a tall order to get them to just eat a meat stick. The full-sized ones are actually a better buy, like per pound. But I wasn't sure that anybody would really want a full beef stick, but my husband was at Costco with me today, thank goodness, and I think he would like these. So we picked up a bag of both, and we'll just try to use these for the kids or quick snacks, and then these can go with my husband to work or something like that. Lastly, I don't think I've missed anything. We have these fruit bars. These are always a hit, but normally I don't pick these up unless they go on sale because I think they're kind of expensive for what they are. They're a great alternative to, what are those things called that you unrolled? They were full of fruit, not juicy fruit. Oh my goodness. Fruit roll-up. That's what I'm trying to say. They're a great fruit roll-up alternative, but they're very expensive. They're not high calorie. They're only 60 calories. That's pretty much the equivalent of one of those little pouches over there. And so my kids love them, but they're kind of just like candy. So yeah, we usually wait for these to go on sale because they go really quick in our house and they're really expensive and don't have a whole lot of calories, but they will be a nice supplement to this whole shebang over here. These are a little less sweet. They feel a little more healthy, like a little more like fruit. Neither of them has added sugar, but I think these are made more with juices, like fruit juices, and then these are genuinely, like they probably have more fiber. I don't think I've ever looked. Let's see, 2 grams of fiber versus 0 grams of fiber. Yep, that checks out. So, but also very, very expensive in my opinion. If I catch them on sale, I'll buy like 5 bags because they're great to have. But today we did buy them full price just because that's what we were doing today. But definitely look for a sale on these. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. That concludes our large Costco haul. I think this is the most I've ever bought at Costco. She told me the total and I was a little surprised that we did that, but with all the diapers and the extra snacks, of course that's to be expected. So I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully I have a video out between this one and the Azure haul. Azure comes in a week and a half or so, so we'll see when that goes up. But yeah, thank you all for joining and I will see you next time. Bye.